Hey folks, Dr. Dan from DocTalk here. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to have a fun show, a great show. We're going to talk about new diagnostic tools to detect pregnancy in cows. It's from IDEXX. My guest, Dr. Jim Rhoades, who's the Senior Marketing Manager at IDEXX. And we'll talk about how you can incorporate that into your herd, how you can work with your veterinarian. Lots of great information. Thanks for joining us.
Brought to you by Egg Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at eggpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Hey folks, welcome to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thomson here with Dr. Jim Rhoades. And we're going to talk today about something that's been around for years, but really hasn't been talked about a lot, and that is pregnancy testing with blood with
serum,
cattle.
milk.
So, yeah, with cattle. And so Dr. Rhoades is a Senior Marketing Manager here for IDEXX Animal Health, and what we're going to talk about today is some of the things that they're doing with technology and pregnancy testing that maybe you're not aware of. So let's just start out, Dr. Rhoades, by talking about what is it that y'all are doing.
The test detects, whether it's in blood, serum, or milk, what is called the pregnancy-associated glycoprotein, or we love three-letter acronyms, so we call it a PAG. There are 22 different PAGs, and they're only produced in the placenta in the bovine.
Okay.
So when you start looking for a pregnancy-specific marker that can be detected in the maternal blood, it's nice to have something that is derived solely from the placenta, which is derived from the fetus or the calf. So if you don't have a pregnancy, this doesn't exist. So it makes diagnosing pregnancy extremely accurate when you're looking for something that only is produced from the fetal tissue.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about the test. So when you go out, you take a blood sample, milk sample.
Yep.
So there could be a time when a calf's on a cow, and you could go out and just take a milk sample from that cow if she's coming through the chute.
You could, but Dan, I'm not as tough as you are, and I'm not real likely to go out and milk beef cows. Yeah, some people might be able to get away with that, but on my cows, I'm not going to go out and milk them.
Right.
Now, in the dairy situation, it's an extremely convenient sample.
Right.
And it is becoming more common for the dairies to submit with their monthly DHI samples or their dairy herd improvement samples to do rechecks. And the reason rechecks and not just a one test and that's it, because we know from research in the past that about 25% of pregnancies do not last to calving. And that's a normal phenomenon. It's called early embryonic death.
Yep.
And so having the ability, especially in the dairy situation, to have multiple convenient checkups to make sure that cow is maintaining that pregnancy is really convenient.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, when I bring them in off grass, I can take a blood sample. I can
You can do it right there on the farm, or you can send it to the laboratory, and in most laboratories, they get you the answer back the next day.
Gotcha. All right, folks. Well, we're off and rolling. We're talking about pregnancy testing and some of the alternative methods that you can do to assure that your cows are pregnant on the farm by yourself, and more with Dr. Jim Rhoades from IDEXX Laboratories after these messages.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
Imagine everything you could ever dream about when it comes to horses. Those dreams come true at the 21st Annual Equipest coming to Topeka, Kansas in February at the Kansas Expo Center, the largest equine expo in the Midwest with shopping, food, clinics, workshops, and more. World-class trainers, over 100 horses performing throughout the 3 days, displaying a variety of breeds, disciplines, demonstrations, and competitions. Vendors from all over the U.S. and non-stop entertainment. If you love horses, join us at Equipest of Kansas in Topeka, Kansas. Get tickets at equipestofks.com.
PFI Western Store, home of Boot Daddy, proud to be part of Equipest. PFI, located at 65 on Battlefield in Springfield, Missouri. Spend $50 at PFI and get a Boot Daddy hoodie for only $10.
This segment brought to you by Santa Fe Trail Meats in Overbrook. Visit us online at sftmeats.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thomson here with my friend and colleague Dr. Jim Rhoades, who's a veterinarian with IDEXX. And IDEXX does a lot of different testing regardless of whatever animal you want to work with in veterinary medicine, and we use them for a lot of different things. Great company. One of the things that we're talking about today is the use of their diagnostic capabilities or testing to determine pregnancy in cows. And we talked about, you know, what we're doing or what kind of samples. Now talk to me about when we should be doing or when we can be doing it.
The pregnancy-associated glycoprotein, or PAG, is actually starting to be produced by the placenta at about day 24, 25. It's a little variable cow to cow, but by the time you get to 28 days after breeding, all cows, if they're pregnant, will be producing the PAGs. So as early as 28 days, whether it's post-AI or post, or when you pull the bull out, and you know, okay, 28 days later, we can pull a sample, whichever sample you want to use, run it, and find out if that animal's pregnant.
So you could do it at 28 days. You could start to narrow down which cycle,
That's correct.
First cycle, second cycle, third cycle. You can't really determine it based on what you get as results from the test, but you can get it based on when you test.
That's right. So if you have a program that involves artificial insemination and then turning out a cleanup bull, if you go, due to the fact that the PAG is only produced at from about 25 days forward, you can come in 28 days or 30 days after AI, but if you didn't turn the bull in until about 10 to 15 days after that AI event, you can tell which animals were bred to the AI and which animals were bred to the cleanup bull. And that's some work that we're currently doing with Dr. George Perry at South Dakota State University, and it's looking pretty good.
That's awesome. And I think that whenever we get this kind of technology, you know, I think that when we're talking about making sure that animals are pregnant, we're doing this, you know, because we don't want to carry those open cows over the winter.
That's right.
You know, the economics of the different things. And so understanding this, it's not to replace a veterinarian.
No, not at all.
This is
another tool.
Yep. And that's when we look at some of the technology on being able to identify sick cattle in the pen. We have people that come out and say, well, you're just trying to replace the pen rider. No, we're trying to help the pen rider do a better job.
Absolutely. And I would like to see veterinarians, at me as a producer, I would like to have more help figuring out why that cow remains open rather than just identifying the pregnant one.
Yep.
So if I only have the veterinarian for an hour or an hour and a half on my farm, I would like to see them trying to help me in my management to figure out why I have 15% open cows.
Yep.
Not spend their time deciding who's open and who's pregnant.
Yeah, we didn't spend a lot of time going into the doctor to find out who's pregnant at our house. I have
That's
4
right.
daughters, but and the daughters weren't the ones we were testing. I just want to be clarifying. But anyway, we're going to take a break after that. More with Dr. Jim Rhoades from IDEXX after these messages.
Sure Crop Fertilizers was started by my father, Don Sherman, and my mother, Shirley Sherman. Family business that started in the 80s. We predominantly focus on plant nutrients and what we can do to give growers better responses with the fertilizer dollars that they do, and what we can do to make those things work better for that grower. We're based out of Seneca, Kansas. We work with growers in their soil analysis to figure out what they need, and then we can put those in a blend that gives them the best results, and so that we can deliver that direct to their farm so that they have those nutrients where they need them, when they need them, and so that they can apply them in a manner that's very efficient to them and works well in their planting systems and what they're doing. Sure Crop Fertilizers has been around for a long time. We always say we're big enough to take care of everything you need, but we're small enough to do it quickly. You can get a hold of us at 1-800-635-4743. Our website is surecropfertilizers.com, and you can always email me at Corey@surecropfertilizers.com, and with any questions you have, and we're glad to answer and work with you.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
Valley Vet Supply.
Healthy cows start with the new hired hand automatic livestock sprayer. Rancher invented to provide an efficient alternative to pour-on and injectable parasite management systems. The portable design allows cattle to treat themselves head to hoof. Strategic device placement with pass-through activation technology takes the stress out of parasite treatment for cattle and the rancher, leaving more time to tend to other vital tasks on the farm. To learn more, visit cowsprayer.com. The new hired hand makes healthy cows easy.
Did you know long-range planning through the checkoff can help keep your business profitable? To successfully pass on cattle operations from one generation to the next, it's important to promote beef and keep farms and ranches profitable. Your beef checkoff helps do that.
We are Mike and
Martha
Armitage here at the A-Bar Ranch, Claremore, Oklahoma. We have a cow-calf production company, and we also have a marketing company. We have entertained groups brought to us by the Beef Checkoff, such as South Korean media that covered our operation and brought the good news back to South Korea.
That was a really neat experience, and that we got to have young people from another country that we got to experience a lot of different things in their culture, but got to share our culture too.
We live on the Squaw Creek Ranch. Here is a division of the A-Bar Ranch.
As a wife and a mother, and also with my background in more of a health field, I look at just the nutritional value, and it's great that the Beef Checkoff offers that kind of information to the consumers that are out there.
We both are proud to come from agricultural, more specifically ranching backgrounds.
My dad is a part of the Beef Checkoff board, and so the Beef Checkoff has been something that we promote and that we support what it has to offer.
Not everybody who's in agriculture is tech savvy on Facebook and through social media. Most people in the city happen to be, and they are very disconnected from our day-to-day routines, and that's one thing that makes me proud of the Beef Checkoff, them going to bat for us, from those who aren't necessarily anti-ag, but just simply don't know and they aren't getting the information.
As producers, we're strong supporters of that and hope that many of you out there realize all of the different things that the Beef Checkoff brings to the table for us as producers.
Hi, I'm Randy.
And I'm Paul from PFI.
We would like to personally invite you to stop by PFI, home of Boot Daddies.
PFI is America's Western store, covering over 50,000 square feet.
Over 25,000 boots.
Visit Saddle City with the largest selection of saddles and tack anywhere.
A huge selection of hats at Vicksburg Hat Company in PFI Town.
And choose from the best brands of clothing and accessories for the entire family.
PFI, located on Highway 65 at the Battlefield exit in Springfield. And I'm not kidding.
About 6 jumps later, I was laying on the ground and thinking, boy, my shoulder sure hurt. I kept waiting, and it didn't get better and didn't get better. I'd heard about Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center on the radio. Gotten down there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 11:30 the procedure was all over, and it just kept getting better and better. And within 6 weeks, I was back digging post holes and doing the other hard work that I'd been doing before the accident. And I'm really pleased. It's really worked out well for me.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Hey folks, welcome back to DocTalk. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson here with Dr. Jim Rhoades. Dr. Rhoades is a veterinarian and he is the Senior Marketing Manager for IDEXX, and we're talking about using technology for pregnancy testing. And so let's talk a little bit about what the test entails.
The test, the original test in 2011 was a laboratory-based assay that is in a plastic plate format. It has 96 wells on it, and it's done in an automatic plate washer. It's read by a computer, very laboratory equipment heavy. The second test was the milk-based test, which is the same way. It's in the laboratory. More recently, we brought out what the name of it is Rapid Visual Pregnancy Test.
Okay.
And it is still in a 96 well plate format, but it has 4 solutions and it takes approximately 30 minutes to do. You can do this on the farm.
All right.
Even you can do it, Dan.
Well, I was just going to say, now walk me through kind of step by step what a person's going to do.
So you would put the sample in, and you can use whole blood.
Yep.
So the producer takes a sample, puts it in, allows it to incubate, washes the plate.
Okay.
You put the second substrate in, which starts creating the reaction to bind to the PAG. You wash that out. You do that 3 times with about a 7-minute incubation time in between each run, and then you place it over a white piece of paper, and it's simple to read. If it's clear, it's negative. If it's blue, it's positive.
Cool.
And it's literally that easy.
And so do all the solutions come in the kit if I buy them that way?
Yes, the plate comes in, all the solutions are there, there's a wash bottle that comes with it. So really the only thing that you need is a white piece of paper.
And do you see some of the veterinary clinics providing this service for their clients?
Yes.
And that seems like a natural fit to me, is that in the future, just like we've done on small animal, using some of your technology to set up screenings and diagnostics within clinics.
Yes, and like we said in the previous segment, this is not meant to replace the veterinarian, but it's another tool that the veterinarian has. If you have a cow that you question, well, I thought she was pregnant, but now I'm not sure. And a lot of veterinarians now have haul-in facilities. You can bring that cow to the veterinary clinic. They take a little sample of blood. They go in and run the test. And before you get the cow loaded back up and get your bill paid, and by the way, price is about the same as what you're used to paying for a pregnancy test. It's really no different.
Right.
Before you can get the cow loaded back up and ready to go home, you've got an answer. And it doesn't always have to have the veterinarian there. A lot of technicians draw blood.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think about the sale barns and how many of those cull cows that we bought that when we preg them at the feed yard and they were called open at the sale barn and they were pregnant. So those are some things that I see as at the auction markets too, of being able to have a definitive test.
And the accuracy of this test, the sensitivity and specificity are right on par with ultrasound.
Yep.
So, and that's usually considered more accurate than just regular palpation.
Not when I'm doing it. But anyway, we're going to take a break.
Not everybody's as good as you are.
Well,
not
keep
everybody.
practicing. Now, more with Dr. Jim Rhoades from IDEXX right after these messages.
We do business with Blueville because of the quality of their work. It is excellent quality, and because they make a commitment to their customers.
We enjoy the benefits of hiring a good company to help us maintain this home.
We will always do business with Blueville. We have for many, many years, and there's no reason for us to look for any other service.
Hey folks, Dr. Dan here. Thanks for joining us for our Cattle First Minute, as sponsored by Behringer Ingelheim Vet Medica. And today's Cattle First is talking about how to run a squeeze chute. And a lot of times when we run a squeeze chute, It's raise the tailgate, drop the tailgate on the head of the one behind, let the calf run through and ricochet off the front of the chute. And there are just some things that we can do to decrease injuries in the chute of the cattle. Make sure that we use the sides effectively to catch. If you have a hydraulic chute, that we use the sides. Make sure that we have the hydraulics not set too high, okay? We want it to be at that 650 to 800 PSI on the hydraulics. But being careful that we don't miscatch a calf by its temples and not adjust it, or if you catch one by the hips and you're out there with the tagging gun in one hand and the syringe in the other doing the cha-cha trying to get it vaccinated, it's best to just turn that calf loose so neither you nor the calf get hurt.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help?
How can we help?
Hi, I'm Kim Mandring with Hardy Insurance. I'm here to help you with all of your farm and ranch needs. When it comes to protecting your operation and your family, you need a name you can trust at a price you can afford. Call me today or visit hardyaviationins.com.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture. To join today or more information, go to kfb.org or find us on Facebook or Twitter.
All right, welcome back to DocTalk. Dr. Dan Thomson here from Kansas State University, and my guest today is a veterinarian named Dr. Jim Rhoades, who's the Senior Marketing Manager at IDEXX, who has brought forward some great technology over the years and diagnostic capabilities for many different things in small animals, equine, food animals. And today we're talking about something that a lot of people ask me questions about, and that is the doing the pregnancy test for their cows on the farm. And so talk to us a little bit about where you're going in the future.
The evolution of the pregnancy test from being a very laboratory-based to being something that a producer can do on farm has been our goal from the very onset.
Yep.
Having the ability to make decisions on open cows literally at the chute is one of the wonderful things about palpation and ultrasound from the veterinarian. Sometimes that veterinarian's not available, and what we're working on now is getting that time from taking the sample to knowing the answer down from what we have now in the rapid visual at about 30 minutes, which really is not cow side. It's take the sample, go in and run it, and then come back out and make the decision. That's great, but we can always improve. And so what we're working on now is a new platform that will enable the producer to take a blood sample and in somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes be able to make the decision. And I don't have timelines yet to share with you, but soon, and it's possible. That's what I'll tell you.
Well, I get back to the thing of speed doesn't always mean accurate.
That's correct.
And I mean, most practitioners are outstanding. I'm not saying that people don't do a good job of palpating, but we have lay palpators out there. We have people that you know, and so if I can do it and improve my accuracy, I'm okay with the 30 minutes.
Absolutely.
You know, because I can go back and find that cow. I can go back and
yes.
And
you can sort them, and something that I feel is really needed in our industry is the ability to do this on the weekend, because that's when I have the most labor. And the veterinarian doesn't always want to work on Sunday.
Yep.
So having another option for the producer, and if that cow doesn't produce a calf, really, she's a pet. And according to Nebraska Cattleman's magazine, it costs about $600 a year to keep a pet cow. So I would like to have the producers have another tool in their toolbox to not feed that open cow through the winter.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you so much for
Dan.
being on the show. Thanks for bringing forward more great technology from IDEXX.
That's great.
Folks,
Great to be here.
Great. Dr. Jim Rhoades from IDEXX. Thanks for watching DocTalk. Remember, always work with your local practitioner. And if you want to know more about what we do on the show, you can find us at www.doctalktv.com. I'm Dr. Dan Thomson here with Dr. Jim Rhoades. Thanks for watching DocTalk today, and I'll see you down the road.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.